Since 1961, Quartz Plumbing has offered friendly, reliable service to residences all over Bergen County, New Jersey. We are a fourth-generation family-owned business, unmatched in customer satisfaction and professionalism while working in your home. We are the hydronic heating and water filtration specialists, with a workmanship guarantee to put you at ease so you can rest comfortably. We offer financing for those big projects that catch you off guard, and we have a network of excellent contractors in all fields for any project you wish to tackle. Call our responsive office team, and we'll dispatch a handsome and educated technician to lay the smackdown on all your plumbing issues. You can also find us at quartzplumbing.com, search us on Google, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Like, subscribe, and share, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Plum Bums Podcast, the blue-collar tradesman show where we talk about small business and entrepreneurship in these crazy times of 2024. The Everyman's Podcast, as Max likes to say. Max, how are you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
You want to expound on that, or just good? Just everything's basically just good?
I'm good. I'm excited that we're starting up again.
So let me ask you, where was your what happened to your uniform today?
That
you look like Bozo the American this morning when he walked in.
This morning.
He walks in. Okay.
That ruined his whole day. Not to mention you.
I was kind of bitter beforehand.
I saw it on his face. 7 a.m. already angry. I don't know what could happen to you before 7 a.m. that you're angry.
Well, when you're up at 4 a.m., lots of things can happen to you.
Yeah, I guess.
Where
are your pants?
Where's your shirt? Where's your shirt? You look like you're going to a...
Yeah.
Did we do laundry this afternoon at least? No.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
No, it wasn't just that. I was just annoyed at a couple other things. And I take it out on you because you're the only one here. If we had another worker, I could take it out on them.
So could I. I could take it out on somebody too.
Well, you have,
right now it's just the dogs.
You have Frankie and the dogs. And people don't take too kindly to animal abusers. Which we don't do, by the way. If you could tell by the dogs when they come to work, you know that they're treated like royalty. But
yeah, one customer said to me, "You leave the dogs in the truck all day?" I go, "Yeah, but the air conditioning is running." Like,
yeah,
you know,
people say that to me all the time. I'm like, listen, they have the Taj Mahal in that truck. They're sleeping on a purple mattress
I
dog
got him
bed
a purple mattress
with a foam top cover.
Yeah,
toys, water, the view of the world. They're the most spoiled
want
creatures.
To call it the world, the view of the world.
Their world. Yeah, it's the world to them. I mean, these dogs live the life.
They're ungrateful, is what they are. Second you leave the truck, she starts barking.
You know, we always point out how snobby they are.
Yeah. It's a representation of us.
They, like, when another dog comes around, they literally put up their noses in the air and walk the other way. They only like each other. They gossip about other dogs in the truck. I don't know, man. I maybe we're not doing something right.
Mean Girls.
Yeah, the Mean Girls. Which is a great movie, by the way. Mean Girls is timeless. I actually watched it the other day. It's free on YouTube. I love that movie. Not gonna lie. We may edit that out, actually. Anyway, so cold weather's coming through.
Yeah. Last few months of riding the motorcycles. Last month of riding the motorcycles, actually.
Not even. It's at the end of this week. It's gonna get cold again.
Yeah.
So today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. I took it before we started recording. I took it up the parkway, and zipped up and down, real quick.
On the parkway?
You know what?
Nice drive.
It is if you want to go like 100 miles an hour and just rip it. No one's there to bother you, and you can go all the way up, get off without a toll, and then come back.
Where are you getting off?
If you go all the way up, there's no toll.
Oh.
Beautiful, beautiful weather, but now we're getting no heat calls, and. Are we ready for it?
No.
We're not stocked for it, that's for sure.
We're not ready for it. Supply houses don't feel ready for it. We walked in the other day, and everybody's hoping. I know the supply house is hoping for finally a good heat season because New Jersey hasn't had a very hard winter in how many years?
Listen, no offense, homeowners, but That's kind of our bread and butter when it gets really cold and your pipes freeze. So
Yeah.
we'll take good care of you, but just to let you guys know, we're kind of happy when it gets really cold. So, and we haven't had that. I mean, last winter was pathetic.
Yeah.
Pathetic. And not just for plumbers, but for people who like to snowboard. None of that. Snow is terrible. I love winter. I don't know if you love winter.
I like this time of year. I like winter, but sometimes it's annoying.
I don't know. My cousin lived in Montana for 2 years
No,
when
that's brutal.
when he was courting his wife, and he said he rode where they would wake up once the snow comes, and they would wake up to go to the grocery store, jump on the snowmobile, go to the grocery store.
It's fun. But
That's more than fun. That's awesome.
yeah, I think you'd get tired of it real quick.
I don't,
You cry in the heat. You cry in the cold. You cry when it rains. I enjoy the seasons, which is why I stay here. But otherwise, if it's too cold, I hate the heat the most. I would never move down south
I can't
for
do
that.
that. I cannot do the heat. I'm not made for it.
Yeah.
But New Jersey needs a good heat season for plumbers. And I'll tell you, when you get a lot of snow and it covers the ground, that's good for the soil. That's good for the ground. It's good for the vegetation. When we don't have snow covering the ground, we don't have that season around here. This area is not used to it. Like the ground in this area is just not used to it. It needs the seasons. It needs the snow. We need snow.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to go on a global warming tirade because that's just not happening. But let's keep our fingers crossed for a good heating season.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, we want to remind you that this show is brought to you this season by Jigsaw PMR. We had Otto on this show. Otto owns Jigsaw PMR. He came on. He talked a little bit about mold remediation and water damage and what he does. But Jigsaw PMR we're going to give a shout out to them. They do property maintenance restoration, restoring peace of mind. They deal with mold, water damage, fire damage. I mean, what else do they do? Everything.
Yeah, he does anything from big to small. I mean, he was doing a warehouse not too long ago.
Well, he was doing a warehouse. He was doing Nordstrom's.
Yeah,
That huge job on Nordstrom's got completely. I don't know if this is insider information, but they got completely demolished by rain. The roof drains broke. Big 6-inch roof drains, and it was like Noah's Ark in Nordstrom's.
They got the money for it.
They do have the money for it, but Jigsaw will take care of all that for you guys. And I got to tell you, Jigsaw is the most responsive contractor we have on our roster. 100%. He shows up right away. He comes in with his little suitcase with all the testers. He's got state-of-the-art equipment. He will be able to tell you where water and mold is hiding. So you want to give them a shout out. You want to give them a shout out if you have any problems. If you call us and you have water damage, we're bringing Jigsaw on the job, just to give you guys a heads up. But give them a call at 201-425-4855, and you can check them out at www.jigsawpmr.com. Jigsaw PMR, shout out to Otto and his son who took over.
Yeah.
Christoph. Is it Christoph or Christos?
I think it's Christos, but I guess
Christos. Yeah, Greek.
Yeah.
It's Christos, right?
Yeah.
Folks, listen, we have today a very special guest from a staple in Paramus that I know you guys pass all the time. It looks like a restaurant with the title like fried food, like they make fried onion rings and stuff, but it's not. They actually do high-end flooring. We have Matthew with GFried Flooring in Paramus on Route 17. You've been with the company for 26 years.
Yeah.
We actually met. This is how Matt got onto the show. We met at Jigsaw's little
grand opening
yeah. over in Westwood.
Yep.
And we got to talking, and I invited him on the podcast. Matt, you've been there for 26 years, but GFried has been there for 46.
46. Yeah, I've been there since 17. I was 17 years old. Yeah, it's just a crazy journey. But yeah, just going back to the way that we met, I thought that was really cool. Otto had talked to me about, he had a friend that, does, social media, and you had showed me a business card. I'm like, all right, let me look it up. And I was there, looked it up on my phone, and I saw you guys are, pretty legit. So I'm glad to be here.
We're trying to be.
Yeah.
If you touch anything back here, it'll all fall apart. Yeah. So
no, but
don't put a little extra weight on that bench, because
yeah. Get
No,
those
it's-
quads running because you don't want to put your full.
No, but it looks you guys do a really good job, and yeah, it's just I'm just excited to be here.
You know what? I will say. How old are you?
43,
Oh, we're the same age.
same age.
It looks better than
Yeah,
you.
you look. I mean,
A lot better.
all right, we're gonna have to talk
Well-
about Cameron on how to. Well, you're married for how long?
I'm married, going to be 15 years in July.
Does that have something to do with it?
No, you know what? She does. She keeps me clean. But you know what? The owner of GFried, when I first started there and I started to, become, okay, this is going to be my profession. This is what I'm going to, stay into for my career. He had taught me, he says, listen, you only get to make a first, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So, we're obviously, yes, we sell all different price range types of flooring, but when someone comes in and they're spending their hard-earned money, you want to look the part. You want to look professional.
Right.
You want to look like you have, even if it's not, I think I heard you on a podcast once before talk about that. Even if it's not a shirt and tie, like you have some type of uniform, you guys have your shirts and stuff like that. Max is not wearing his today. But that's important, I think, for many different reasons. But that's what I, kind of was instilled in me when I first started there and really started to, get on the sales floor and interact with clients and stuff like that. So
Appearance is everything. I hate to sound shallow like that, but it really is.
even if it's subconscious, like
Yeah.
that instant, like you meet somebody, I know for me, if I'm doing, let's say, a measure and somebody just said, hey, look, do me a favor, go to my client, just measure their whatever they were looking for, there's a lot of things that run through my mind. It's like, okay, I'm going into their house. This is their domain. How are they feeling? Because I know when somebody comes to my house that I don't know, I start to feel like I have a guard, right?
So you'll actually get contracted to go to a customer's house and do.
Yeah,
And
so
you'll make
so
the
like
sale
somebody
over
will
there.
come in and they'll say, okay, I need new flooring for my bedroom, for my basement. So we'll say, okay, we find carpet for them, or we find flooring, or vinyl's pretty big right now. And we'll write up an order, we'll set up a measure date, and then people from our store actually go out there and we measure ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, when I go there to the client's home, if I was the one to actually like work with them, I make sure like, okay, I got to remember, appearance is everything. I'm always making sure that I'm, clean, I'm shaven, and then also I take a couple steps back from the door, right? So I don't want to be like right up on
Yes.
that, because people open the door, they're like, whoa, wait a minute, why are you right up on me,
Yeah.
So I try to put myself in their shoes, and I think that, listen, I'm learning constantly. I'm reading different things. I'm learning different things of how, emotions play a big part in, our actions, especially, in selling,
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
My uncle taught when I took this over. My uncle said the same thing. Appearance is everything.
Yeah.
Clean. Your hair's done, not done, but at least clean.
Yeah.
Your beard is okay. If you're gonna wear, my uncle didn't. He's very anti-beard.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, if I'm gonna take this over, this is never coming off.
Right.
So you're gonna have to deal with it.
Well, me too.
I'm not taking his beard
yeah,
off.
I don't have it as long as you, but yeah, at least, you keep it clean. That's it. You keep it
Pants
trimmed.
clean.
Yep.
We see a lot of guys in and out of the supply house. Great plumbers.
Yeah.
But slobs.
Sweatpants. I see some people in sweatpants going into people's homes.
And sweatpants are so big right now. It's like everyone's, I don't understand it, and I feel like, I guess once I hit 40, I guess it's like, now I'm the older generation now. I don't know if you feel like that, but I
100%.
I look at some people like with what they wear, some of these.
Just a crotchety old man now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'll tell you though, what's coming back?
What?
Remember Jankos?
Yes.
And UFOs?
The big,
They're
big,
back.
yes. I know.
They are back.
I never wore those.
Oh,
I never
rock
wore
them
them.
all the time. I used to go to like punk shows and stuff because my friend was a promoter when he was turned 7. When he got his license, he became a promoter for like all these like other underground. Because I used to be in like the underground metal and stuff,
Right.
Underground hardcore
Okay.
shows and stuff like that. So I look like an idiot. I'm not gonna lie. I look like a moron, but I rocked Jankos, UFOs,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's a blast from the past. Yeah, I remember those. I was more into, when I was younger, growing up, into the rap scene. So I
Really?
had the baggy the baggy jeans, or the
All right,
baggy
so you can't
pants
say anything about me.
Yeah.
We're both in the same
that were
boat.
half off my half off my ass. But yeah, growing up, that's yeah,
Did you graduate in 99?
99.
Oh man,
Yep.
what a year, huh? You know what? not to go off track. We're gonna get
Yeah.
backtrack on the flooring and stuff, but I found a ton of pictures literally like 2 weeks ago out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my goodness, just scrolling through the stuff you totally forget.
Yeah.
The world was totally different.
I know.
100% different. No smartphones. I didn't have the internet. I didn't touch the internet till 96. That was the first time I
Me
ever
too.
touched the internet.
Yeah, that's when I got a computer, 9th grade.
The first one I touched was in the library.
Yeah. Okay.
And I thought chatting with my buddy on AOL Instant
coolest
Messenger
thing
was
ever.
amazing. I'm like, oh,
the
I can't
coolest
believe
thing.
you can talk to me like this. It was amazing. And now it's like second nature, you know? But anyway, let's get back to the flooring.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about how old we are? You want to make a comment? You got something
No,
brewing in there?
I was talking to somebody the other day. I used to have the tape deck, like the portable tape deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have one of those. Walkman was a CD, right?
No, Walkman was the tape deck. Discman was the CD.
Discman was a CD. So I had the Walkman, and my mother, when I was like 4 years old, she used to just have Ricky Martin. It was like Ricky Martin on repeat for me when I was sitting in the.
Ricky Martin's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love Ricky Martin. Anyway, he's still around. He's still kicking. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Props to him. So GFried Flooring, 46 years. I would say, this is my assumption. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I would say your biggest competition would be Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff like that, because people are just like, let's just get something that looks nice.
So, not really, in the respects that our clients, they are basically go around, they don't want to have to deal with the installation. So yeah, it's like, okay, they could shop for flooring, but they want something that, hey, look, I'm going to come to you. I want to find flooring. Do you guys install it? Yes. Beautiful. Like, I don't want to have to worry about it. There are some people that says, yeah, okay, I could find the flooring at Home Depot. Maybe it's a little bit, less expensive, but I got to find somebody and it's a hassle. And
I gotcha.
So typically that's really not our competition. I would say, it's higher end stores. And thankfully over the years, we've really established ourselves as, going through the economic downturn and the housing bubble burst in 07 and 08. Got a lot, unfortunately for them, kind of weeded a lot of people out. And then obviously COVID, a lot of people retired. So we really are.
You guys have been there forever.
Yeah.
As long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I grew up in this area. I've always remember seeing GFried and the Alexander mural on,
yes.
remember?
Right. I remember that. Yes, I do. Where the sports authority, that sports, somewhere over there.
Garden State Plaza.
The plaza.
The plaza was, I remember sitting there for 20 years.
Yeah.
So you guys, you have a whole crew to install.
Yes. So all of our installers only work for GFried. So there's no subcontractors.
Gotcha.
So a lot of different stores, like they may have, we can keep our installers busy enough where they're working for only us. And, we're thankful for that. So we have 3 full-time installers. One of them is my father.
He's still working,
He's still working. He's 66 now.
That's nothing. He's a baby.
Yeah. He is, but he doesn't do wall-to-wall kick-ins anymore because his body, he's been doing it since he was 18, so he's kind of beat up and broken down now. So we do a lot of custom stair runners, so a little bit easier, more finesse. That's kind of what his forte is. But yeah, we only use our own installers. They go out, they do an excellent job. Obviously we see the work that they do prior. So, over the years, we've gone through some, but we have a select core group of installers that have now been with us for over a decade. My youngest installer over a decade. So
you trust them. They do great work.
100%. I've had them in my house. They do excellent work.
It's hard to find good help nowadays. I'll tell you that much.
It's hard to find good help. 100%. I mean, I think during COVID, on a couple of different levels, but even to find people that want to work, and then also people that are still asking for a fair price or fair wage, it's gotten very, very difficult.
Of course.
Yeah. And thankfully, we haven't had much turnover, even inside, like on the admin side or even the sales side. Thankfully, I was just thinking about this earlier today. We've had our youngest hire were 2 of them from 3 years ago and 2 years ago. But besides that, my newest hire he's been with us for 11 or 12 years. So, we don't.
That's a heck of a record.
Yeah, I'm 26. Roy, who's been there 41, I think this is going to be his 41st year.
I mean, he's been here for 7 years, but he has no choice to go anywhere else. I mean,
Feels like a lot.
I've blacklisted from every other company.
I tried.
Max is not
I
going
tried
anywhere
once.
else.
I've asked at the supply house. They just give me the cold shoulder.
Yeah,
You guys looking for workers?
but
It's tough to find good workers. And if someone, I mean, there's a lot of aspects to this business. You have the sales.
Yeah.
You need to have a buyer to bring in the stuff.
You have to have clients. Yes, you have to have.
You got to be on top of what's trending, what's popular.
Yep.
I mean, what's your, I know we talked a little bit about your relationship with contractors, and I do want to touch base a lot on that later. But what about interior designers?
Yeah, so interior designers are honestly a great partnership, a great asset to have. It's a two-way street, I think. We are able to offer our interior designers the capability of freeing them up so that they can focus on other projects or other parts of their design elements that they need to get done, for whatever their project consists of. I'll give you an example. I'm working with a newer designer that we kind of partnered with. And I'll give her a shout out. LA Home out of Saddle River. She's amazing. Lindsay is amazing. But when we first started working, she was kind of doing it herself. And I pitched to her and I said, listen, let me make your life easier. Let me help you so that you can devote more of your time to other elements of your design process, or giving your clients or taking on new clients, so that you have more time to do these things. So she's been a rock star, and it actually is working out very well. So yeah, always looking for designers. I mean, that's the lifeblood really of our industry, the design element.
I think it's great to know that you have all those aspects. Well, we say this all the time. The reason we started this show initially was we saw the trades lacking in people coming up in it. The stat we always say, for every 7 plumbers that retire or kick the bucket, only 1 comes up.
Yep.
And all these kids are like, well, I'm supposed to go to college, so I guess I'll just go to college.
Yeah.
And I'll do that.
Yeah.
And I'll end up with $100,000 in debt
or more,
compounding interest.
Yep.
Pay it till I'm in the grave. So that's kind of why we started this show. And there are so many moving parts to just a flooring business.
Yeah.
Which there's plenty of ways to make money without college. We tell this to kids all the time. We had an interior designer on, and she actually touched base about shopping around and looking for stuff to give people good quality things.
Yeah.
We've had contractors on and stuff like that. And I think that there's so many ways to have a lucrative career without going to college. Installing flooring, for one.
Yeah.
Guys who want to just work with their hands, it's a great business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What is, like I said, we did talk about this off camera, because we have beef with contractors too.
Okay.
All my contractors, I'm going to zoom in. Let's zoom in the camera. You guys know what I'm talking about. He's coming on in a couple of weeks. I'm going to bust his chops. But here's what I notice about contractors. They try to do everything. Their warranty runs out and they're gone. And I was telling you about a house. We did this beautiful house over in, I think it's still in Oradell, either Oradell or Emerson, right on the border. Huge, beautiful. The guy's got like 6 bathrooms.
Wow.
We walked in there and you're looking around like, wow, this house is beautiful. And then I see a crack in the sheetrock. And then I see a crack in the door frame, and then I look down.
The finishing that's not there.
The finishing was garbage, and they're using cheap materials, and I'm looking at the tile where it touches the floor, and all the seams on the on the wood coming together starting to bow up.
Yep.
And you can tell that it looks good when it's bought, but it's cheap as hell, and it does not stand the test of time.
No.
And if you're going to have a flooring store, I'm going to assume that you have to put forth quality stuff. You have to research your stuff. Am I right on that?
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're not a fly-by-night company. And I think, you obviously see the value, I'm sure, in reviews. So, I put I put a lot of effort into maintaining and growing our Google reviews. I think we're up to, I checked today, 556, 4.9 stars. So that's been a culmination
Wow.
of 12 or 13 years worth of work.
I think we just hit 100.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Well, we have we actually use some software to make life easier that kind of automates it. A job is
Gotcha.
done,
Okay.
sends an email out. Hey, look, would you ever recommend us? If they say yes, then it sends them to Google. If they say no, they write why not, what happened.
Bans them from Google.
Right. Yeah. You cannot post on Google. We get that email and then we make it right.
Yeah.
So the point is that yeah, there's quality. I don't want to get callbacks. Like my goal is to make someone happy. Hey, look, we love this floor. Listen, sometimes things happen. They need to be addressed. Call us, we'll take care of it.
Callbacks will kill a business.
100%.
Yeah.
And then somebody's, that leaves a bad taste or a bad feeling, and they're not going to refer you. And honestly, referral business is huge for us. I'm sure it is for you too.
Listen, it's 1 degree of separation around here.
Yes.
Everyone knows everybody. The moms groups on Facebook.
Huge.
They are huge.
Yep.
And if you get in good and you give good jobs to these people,
Yeah.
you'll have good reviews. But if it's bad,
Piss one person
forget
off.
about
Yeah.
it. You're gonna have to backpedal for years to try to make that up.
Yeah.
And I know companies that have done that.
Yep.
But if you have quality material, you can stand behind what you're selling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's also too. It's especially for us because we want to differentiate ourselves from just regular flooring. Like we just don't sell flooring; we sell service.
Right.
Like I sell service. I don't sell because if you look at it like that, then flooring becomes just a commodity. Well, who's the cheapest? Well, how much for your floor?
Right.
Oh, okay, I can get it cheaper here. Well, no, I'm not just selling flooring. I'm selling the flooring, the installation service, my customer service. I hold your hand. I walk you through the process. I help you design wise. I come to your home. I measure. So there's a whole process that it's important to know that we sell service. We sell excellent service. And that's what I try to emulate. And thankfully our clients are great. And you run into a few speed bumps on the way, and you fix them right away. You don't ignore them, and you just jump on it and you take care of whatever the need is. Even if you feel like they're wrong, I do my absolute best to try to say, okay, let me think outside the box. Let me think about how in their shoes. Let me do what I can, and that's what I do. And most of the time, whatever it is, we work it out, we fix it, we take care of it. And
in an area like this, that is incredibly important to have the service to back it up.
Yep.
I mean, listen, it's no joke that everything is going up. Cost of everything is going up.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Specifically plumbing, because plumbing uses a lot of brass, copper, expensive metals.
Yeah.
I mean, I put in 2 mixer valves, 2-inch mixer valves the other day. Mm-hmm. You know what they were a piece? These 2 big T. It was a brass T. It was about that big and that tall with a cap on it, with 2 brushes on the inside. Take a guess how much this thing was.
I couldn't even.
Piece. $4,800 a piece.
Just for a brass tube?
$4,800 a piece to mix cold and hot water, so you don't. It was for an apartment building, so you don't scald the people who were using the shower.
There was something mechanical in there, I guess.
It was a spring. There was no electric. No electric. $4,800 a piece.
Wow.
And
what were they before COVID? Or
they were still pricey, but you're probably looking at 28, 27, 28 bucks.
At least half.
Yeah.
I mean, when I
things have
started,
doubled.
Everything has doubled.
Yeah.
So what we've tried to do, because we want to give good. I don't want customers pissed.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
I want customers. We have a 5-star review. I plan on maintaining that until we close our doors, God forbid.
Right.
But we say, okay, listen, materials going up, cost of living is going up, gas is going up, business insurance is going up. How are we going to still give great service and convince the customer to go with us instead of the fly-by-night guy? So we extend our warranty.
Right.
We give like a yearly visit. We include all that. You know what I mean? So our main competition right now is, not to go off a tangent, but it's the big gold medal, AJ Perry, all those chains.
I'm seeing the gold medal all over the place
now. I see it everywhere now because I think a lot of the converts from New York that are moving in, they don't know who to call. They don't know the local guy. And the first person that they look up online is the big company.
Gold Medal is promoting their business hard on Google. I'm
I see
sure.
them a
I'll
lot
tell you
now.
this:
Yeah.
they're not going with Gold Medal a second time.
Yeah.
The
They're like
price, they're-
3-4 times the price.
Yeah, they
It's
are
insane.
well above average. They make their money. They get in. They get out.
It's a horrible business model, though, when you think of it. You know,
They're
you know
doing
what I'm
great.
saying? It's like, all right, let me screw the client. I don't care if they ever call me back. We got one and done. Think about that. That's not like a longevity.
No.
It's not a long game business. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
not at all. How could a business like yours or mine? I mean, I'm third generation. My grandfather started this 1961. Everybody knows Quartz.
Right.
When he started and he got his own truck, he couldn't drive around town without somebody honking or waving. They always think it's my uncle. They're like, oh,
Today-
cool. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't. There's no peace in a
Right.
Quartz truck.
Today, the crossing guard said, "Say hi to Paul."
Yeah. It's like, all right, whatever. But like,
I don't see him.
when you have an established business that's been there forever, and I want to give you guys props for being there for 46 years, through 2008, through COVID, through the ups and downs. That's hard to do. The amount of stores that have opened and closed on that strip on
Especially
17,
on 17.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look, obviously there's, a lot of fiscal responsibility that, making sure that, hey, look, we save for a rainy day, because obviously everyone knows there's business cycles, there's booms and busts and, we were coming out of a major boom, so you have to now, prepare for business and say, okay, well, if there's a downturn, we got to make sure that we tighten up. So I think a lot of that was, fiscal responsibility from, the owner down. I also think it was our reputation in the industry. Like, okay, yes, we did. Things slowed up, and but we were able to weather these storms, and I think I appreciate that. And I would say the same for you. I mean, you guys obviously are doing something right for longer than we have. We've opened in 1978. So
there's been times we're hanging by a thread. I do want to take a quick break. All right, and when we come back, I want to get into the ins and outs of sales, like your aspect of the job. But I want you to tell people where you buy your shirts from. Where do you get those shirts?
So this one is a Banana Republic shirt. I got this at the outlet.
knew it.
Banana Republic at the Bergen Mall.
Do you have any suggestions? So this is the Quartz
tie.
uniform.
It's not going to look good
The
on
tie
you.
too.
Don't worry. It's just not going to look the same.
Our uniforms. We went to blue button downs
Oh, okay.
as plumbers.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. My grandfather used to wear a blue button down.
Why?
When he went out. Why?
Yeah, why?
Well, I kind of wanted to go with what my grandfather used to wear.
Okay.
Just as a throwback.
Gotcha.
But it makes us stand out. No
It does.
plumbers are wearing
He
button
doesn't
downs.
want
No.
to give me credit. I gave him the idea. I saw the picture of Grandpa. I said, "Let's do this." He
I
doesn't
like
want to
it.
give me the
It
credit.
does stand out, though. I like
Try
it.
to stand out.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do. We try to stand out. So blue shirts, logo, and
And
then
I like the collar, too. It's there's not many plumbers that you see out there. It's a
No,
t-shirt.
It's a t-shirt.
T-shirt.
It
covered in
looks
PVC glue.
so bad.
And I'm trying to, and I know we got to take a break, but last point I want to make is I wanted to tell my installers they wear t-shirts, but I said, guys, you know what? I think it's time to step it up. I want to find them like short sleeve, like the performance golf tees that have the logos. It looks a little bit more professional.
It makes you stand out. And we talked when we first started the show. What'd you say? Appearance is pretty much everything. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
That's it. It's very important.
All right, let's take a break.
Yep.
We'll come back. We'll delve into a little bit more.
Okay.
And guys, thanks for watching. We'll be right back.
Call Quartz Plumbing and Heating. Top-rated plumbers in North Jersey for over 60 years. And don't forget to keep treats for Frankie on hand. They'll help to subdue her carnal, animalistic nature.
GFried Carpet and Design, simply the best of the best for over 4 decades. When you need flooring or carpet cleaning, you need a local company with experience that you can trust. GFried Carpet and Design is one of the most respected flooring companies anywhere, winners of the National Best of the Best Award for customer satisfaction. Please visit our stunning showroom at 495 Route 17 in Paramus, or the website at gfriedcarpet.net to set up your free consultation. GFried Carpet and Design, the best of the best.
Take your time to trust in me, and you will find infinity.
Welcome back to Plum Bums Podcast, the Everyman's Podcast, the blue collar tradesman show where we talk about small business and entrepreneurship in these crazy times of 2024 and what crazy times they are. I mean, have we ever lived? What generation has lived through the garbage that we're experiencing every day? We got an election coming up. I'm sure all of you know that, and that's just putting the cherry on the sundae of the craziness.
Of the craziness and of your anger.
I can't pay attention. I can't follow it anymore.
No, I don't.
I cannot pay attention anymore.
I don't. It's like a big clown.
I can't-
It's a big clown show at this point.
I can't look at social media. I can't even take it anymore.
I'll say it's funny. There's a lot of funny clips that come out of it.
This
you're
is a
not
very
laughing-
comical time to be alive. I'll
If
tell
you're
you
not
that.
laughing at it, then I think you're taking it the wrong way.
Yeah, Matt, we
It's
don't really
funny.
get political on the show, but I
Well,
mean,
it's a good thing. Yeah.
yeah. But as far as what's going on in the media and all this is, I focus on the business, focus on riding the motorcycle and going camping, whatever. I can't do it. But
Yeah, I've turned it all off. I mean, it's just too much. When I want to get news, I'll go out and say, okay, I'll check the news and I'll read it and say, okay, that's what it is. But I'm not now getting pushed information like you were saying,
Yeah.
social media, like, you have all these different feeds pushing you all these different, news sources and how you need to think and what. I just had to
it'll
back
kill
off.
your soul.
Yeah.
It will kill your soul.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's the good and the bad about social media now is that you get, like, our parents grew up with 4 TV stations, 4 news stations,
Yeah.
basically, and that's all they got and that's all they knew. Now you have the internet and you can get information from anywhere.
Yep.
It's good and bad.
You have all this information at the tip of your fingers,
Yeah.
and just people are.
Yeah, I see it. I see it in my niece. Like, I took her upstate to go camping and riding ATVs, and I told her you can't bring your iPad. And the whole way up there, it's an hour and a half away, and she's just like, she's not even looking out the window. She's just staring at the back of the seat like this, like doesn't know what to do.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, when she gets up there, she loves riding ATVs and doing all that stuff, but like, you remember just like looking out the window?
Yeah.
And just like enjoying.
That was
Like,
a little
it's
cruel.
fall.
That was a little cruel to take the iPad away from the trip up, but that's just my opinion.
It's fall. Everything is beautiful. Everything is changing. The outside. It's nice to look outside. But
You remember
she's just like staring at the back of the chair.
when you were eating your cereal in the morning, and
Yeah.
all you had to read was the back of the cereal box?
Yep. That's, yeah.
If I don't have entertainment at lunchtime, like it's like try to eat lunch now without
It's true.
turning on Judge Judy or something.
Or you're in the bathroom on the toilet just reading the back of the shampoo bottle.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
What's your, you had mentioned, growing up and eating cereal. What was your favorite cereal growing up?
So my parents were very, very strict with cereal. We were allowed to have Cheerios.
Okay.
The bran flakes wasn't even Frosted Flakes.
Ew.
And occasionally we would get like Captain Crunch or like Cocoa Puffs. And that was just amazing.
Cookie Crisp was my absolute favorite as a kid.
Crisp. Holy. My grandparents used to always stock Cookie Crisp in Ohio. They used to stock the
Phenomenal.
best cereal. Cookie Crisp. Do they still sell that?
Yeah, I think so.
I actually got to go grocery shopping after this. I might
If you
have to pick up
find
some
it, I'm telling you, pick it up.
Did you
It's-
see that cereal movie that Seinfeld just did? He just did a Kellogg's
Yes.
cereal movie.
Yeah, my daughter, we
Cereal
started
movie?
watching it.
Yep.
It was about Kellogg.
Kellogg's,
Yeah.
and I don't know who the competitor was, but I don't know if they're even around anymore. There was
I don't know.
Kellogg's versus
Someone
another
else.
company,
Yeah.
and
What's this movie about?
it's about Pop-Tarts and cereals. Like that's
Yeah.
apparently Seinfeld is like
What do you
big
think
with
about
cereal.
Pop-Tarts?
I never was into them as a kid. My brother liked them, but I didn't know what the whole
the
thing
hype
was.
is.
This kid will slam on the brakes for a Pop-Tart.
Yeah,
You love Pop-Tarts?
I love Pop-Tarts.
Did you grow up
Toaster
with
strudel.
Toaster strudel?
I grew up with Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Toaster strudel.
Cereal wasn't
Yeah.
a big thing for me. My brother's crazy about cereal. I
Yeah.
can take it or leave it. But-
Frosted Flakes. What else?
I love Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, those are still good.
That's my
Yeah.
go-to.
Yeah.
But remember the cereal? What are we talking about? Remember the cereal called O's? It was big, looked like big Cheerios with like a whole bunch of stuff stuffed in the middle of them. That's the best cereal, and you
Is
can't
it?
find it anywhere.
Honey bunches of oats.
Eh.
No.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky
Love
Charms.
the marshmallows.
Love the sugar. I just
Yeah.
love sugar.
Yeah.
I'm a big sugar addict, as you can tell. Anyway, guys, we're here with Matt from GFried Flooring, Paramus, Route 17, there for 46 years, which is a milestone in this area. Like we talked about it before the break. All those stores opening and closing. I mean, you haven't become a spirit Halloween yet.
It's going to be all chains. It's going to be all chains. That Route 17 is becoming all chains. They just closed down what was the Firehouse, and now it's a Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Fireplace.
Across
Yeah, the
the street.
fireplace. Yeah, that's been a staple. They're talking about, 78,
Yeah.
long time. Yeah, very sad to see that.
I worked there.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
all worked there
Yeah.
at some point. Everyone worked at the fireplace. Your sister worked. That's how I met your sister.
Yeah.
When she was like a little 17-year-old girl toting around selling burgers.
Stealing money out of the tip jar.
You heard that story?
No, I just assumed, but I no.
Yeah, GFried Flooring. I pass that place all the time. So we talked about before the break, there's a ton of aspects to your business. It's not just flooring. You have the sales, you have the interior design,
Yeah.
you have the installers,
Yeah.
you have guys that go out and measure, which is actually you.
Yep.
You're in sales.
Yes.
That's your primary.
Well, it is, I'm getting pushed in that direction, but I was thinking about this today because you're going to ask me, what does my day look like? So, every day is different. I could walk in and I'm putting out fires. I'm dealing with, let's say, a customer problem or an installation problem. I have to jump on it. Okay, what do we need? Let me think outside the box. Let's just get this done. What do I need to figure it out? So my day's different every day. But yes, I'll do sales. Also go out, do measuring services, meet clients. We also, during COVID, I came up with a new service that we were offering because everyone was at home. So I was offering working with clients remotely this was actually before COVID, via FaceTime or Skype. So I know my family, I only have one child, but young, we're busy. We don't really have time to go into showrooms to look.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I put myself in my shoes and I said, okay, what would our customers or our clients want? And I implemented that before COVID. During COVID, a lot of our competitors started doing that, which is interesting. So, I'm always thinking of.
Does that work for you though? The like I'm gonna call it like a Zoom Skype call type meeting because it's like with the Carvana thing.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine myself going and not going to the floor store and like seeing what I'm gonna buy. I couldn't imagine myself buying a car online without even seeing it, and then it just shows up to my doors. Did it work?
Yeah. So yeah, great question. So what I do is when we were doing a lot of Zoom calls during COVID, I would either walk through the store and I'd say, okay, I'm going to show you a bunch of samples. Let me know what you guys like. So I would show it to them. Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, right on your phone.
I would, yeah.
Like literally walk up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd walk around the store with my phone and they would say, yeah, I like that sample. Okay, so I'd write that sample down or I'd take a screenshot of it. And then after we were done with our call, I would order them samples and send it to the house so that they could see it, touch it. So that's usually how it worked. And they say, okay, I like this one. Okay, whatever I had to do. Okay, let's come out to my house. Let's set up a measure. But yeah, I did that a lot. Okay. Yeah.
So it caught on pretty quick.
It caught on quick during COVID. People utilized that during COVID. Now it's not so much because people, they feel okay coming into showrooms. But what I still do to this day is because people are busy, younger families and stuff like that. I'll work remote with them. Maybe not jump on a FaceTime or a Skype call, but they'll send me an email. They'll send me a text. Say, hey, look, I found this online. Can you find me something similar? I'm looking for a stair runner. So I'll go through my store and I'll just take pictures and then I'll text it to them.
That's service, man.
Yeah.
That is service.
So I'm doing the shopping for them.
Yeah.
And I said, just do me a favor. Just heart the ones you love. If it's an iPhone, I say, heart the ones you love. Okay, you love those. Okay, is 6 of them. I order them the samples and in 3 or 4 days, they have the samples at their house.
Well, see, that's what people don't understand. Well,
that takes time.
Yeah, that takes time. That's service. That's customer service.
Now, do people pay for that? Do people pay for? They don't.
No, it's all okay.
If they don't go with you,
So
you
it's
don't
a
make them
gamble.
pay for that.
It's a gamble. Yeah. I mean, it's, a lot of times, our clients see that and, they understand. They say, listen, I need flooring. I like the service. I'm going to go with you guys. But sometimes when it comes, because obviously we don't know, I try to qualify and ask them, okay, do you know the sizes of your room? Do you know how many square feet you have? Do you have a budget? Are you thinking, so I try to get all these questions out up front to, number one, make sure that I'm showing them stuff that's going to be comfortable for them to purchase. I don't want to show them something that, oh my gosh, that's $10,000. I was thinking of spending $3,000.
Yeah, you don't want to waste time on that.
Right.
Because that's time consuming.
Exactly. And, I want to qualify them. Sometimes people don't even know. And there's sometimes that it does happen where, they say, oh, I love that carpet. I mean, it happened actually recently. I love that carpet. It was $20 a square foot, and for a bedroom, it was $500. And they're like, yeah, listen, I don't want to spend that. I get it. I understand that. Yeah. But for whatever reason, I didn't have the measurements up front. They didn't know what they were. So now I have to find carpet that's less expensive. So I ordered samples and,
You have to do that in this day and age. In this day and age of Amazon, next day delivery.
Yeah.
With cheap garbage.
It's the instant gratification everyone wants, so you have to.
It's going to be tough to kind of gauge where we're going to go as a society because everyone, there's a whole generation raised off instant gratification.
Yeah.
Here's another thing as a salesman. Do you, for people who come in the store, can you kind of gauge who's just a looker and who's actually like who's a window shopper and who's, because my dad, 35 years of business, he knows who's looking and who's going to buy, and he won't even go out to greet the people who are just looking. He's like, I don't know, I'm not dealing with that.
Great question. Yeah. So you obviously, I've been doing it for a while. You have an idea of somebody. Look, I've worked with some people that honestly you've been in our showroom. So we have a lot of flooring samples. Like sometimes people come into our store and they're just overwhelmed. They're like, wow, this is a lot to even process. And they're like, I just can't even do this. So I mean, you can kind of tell people that are, not sure or just looking, I still give them the respect and the service that, they deserve, because at the end of the day, I want them to feel a certain way and not leave our store, leaving a bad taste in their mouth, because number one, they could leave us a bad review saying, hey, look, they just ignored me and I don't ever want to do that.
Yeah.
You never know if they're going to come back or if they, need a referral or something. Hey, I went into GFried, but it's a great store. You should go check them out. So,
I think your dad's mostly just had.
I know. I think you give it time and give it 35 years.
He's not getting up out of that chair unless he really.
He's also in an area where it's just like it's dealing with
a lot of shoppers.
It's a lot of shoppers in an area where there's 10 different languages spoken over there, and it's he's like, I don't know.
And what industry? He's in retail?
Car sales.
Car sales. Yeah. Listen, that's tough. I don't know if I could do car sales. That's really a tough. I watched this guy on YouTube, Andy Elliott. So he was a car salesman.
The bald guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I've seen his videos.
He's got the hostage tape, and he does all this crazy stuff. He's super fit.
Yeah.
But he basically, you have to have this great attitude, and he really trained himself to ask the right questions, to know hey, look, in car sales you get a lot of objections. You get, people put up a wall. I know when I shop for cars.
Yeah.
It's like I walk in and I'm like,
because there's a reputation there.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's why Carvana blew up, because they don't have to deal with the salesman.
Yeah.
Give me
they
your
buy
lowest
what they
price.
want.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
People have a preconceived notion about plumbers too. We have a reputation.
I don't know why it's car salesman. I get it, because my dad knows people in the industry, but lawyers have their bad rep.
Yeah, it's true.
Every industry has their weird bad rep. Listen, plumbers have a bad rep. Contractors have a bad rep. It's everywhere.
A different the trades. Everyone's like, oh, why are you guys charging so much and yada yada yada. It's like, listen, there's a whole bunch of different trades, but they're all different. And everyone says plumbing is so expensive. Plumbing is so expensive. Plumbers have the most overhead. We don't. The contractors highest insurance that's constantly getting raised. I don't know why. Well, we're getting slaughtered right now with insurance.
And I have to put my face where you take a poop. So
yeah, that's pretty tough. I don't know.
It's gross.
Yeah,
But on top of that, we talked about the parts. $4,800 for a single mixer valve.
Mm-hmm.
Contractors. The customer's usually buying their own material and they're just charging labor.
Right.
But I have to stock a whole bunch of real estate on my truck with very expensive parts.
Yeah.
The liability is there. I have to, we have overhead. I got a lady that answers the phones. So I have no problem justifying our price.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little annoying after a while.
Yeah.
How many
But-
people do you have working over there?
Total of 10 on the inside, sales and admin, installation manager, warehouse. I think 10 or 11 on the inside. Yeah. Yeah. And then installers, I have 3 crews of 2, 4, 6. So maybe 7, 3 crews, 7 total on the outside.
It's a pretty good crew.
7 crews of 3 people.
No, 3 crews total.
Okay.
Total of 7 people. So it's 2 of the trucks have 2 people and the other trucks got 3.
So you said your dad was an installer.
Yeah.
For how long? Your whole life?
For my whole life, yes. I think he started when he was 18 or 19.
What would you say to kids getting out of high school that they've never had a job?
Should get
Yeah.
their hands dirty like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, listen, you can make a lot of money in flooring. It's a tough, but if you like to use your hands to, work and make a living, I think it's a great industry to get into. I mean, look, our industry, we need qualified installers just like you guys need qualified plumbers. We're in a shortage too. And our industry is trying to do the best they can to let people know, like, hey, look, this is an industry where you can make a good living. There's also satisfaction too. It's like, when you finish installing flooring, whether it's carpet or wood, and you finish that room, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way in certain projects, there's a dopamine boost. Like you get like, I just did that.
Well, listen, with the flooring, when in a house with brand new flooring, it has to be so satisfying.
It's a satisfying thing
Yeah.
to see, you know what? I just did that. It looks beautiful, So yeah, I mean, I think it's rewarding to get into that industry. And, like we were saying, college is, I went to college, didn't finish. I went to community school, so I didn't have a huge, debt to pay. But, I think for other people that, hey, look, college is not for you. I think getting into these trades are, phenomenal, whether it's flooring, whether it's plumbing, whether it's electrical, you can make a lot of money.
What about sales, though? You know what we haven't really had on here? I guess secondary would be sales, but
Yeah.
what would you say? Because you can make not just flooring, sales in general.
Yeah.
What qualities do people need to have to be a good salesman, deal with the public, in your opinion? Because I have my own.
Yeah, I mean, I think have confidence. Like they need to have confidence in themselves, right? A good work ethic. Like, hey, look, I'm here to work. I'm here to, try my best. Willingness to learn. I think, hey, look, I've been doing this for 26 years. I still learn something new. I try to find something new to learn. I go on YouTube and I'm looking at different things. So I think a willingness to learn, show up on time. I think, if you have timing issues, I think that's, show up on time. Actually, I think I heard somebody on YouTube say, if you show up on time, you're late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Show up 10 minutes early.
That's what Ronnie says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says the same thing.
Yeah. And I just,
I feel like sales is something that do you think it's something that you can learn? I think it's something you can perfect. I think it's something that you either have or you don't. Certain people have a personality where they can establish a rapport with people right away.
Yeah,
know?
I think there's definitely people like that out there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say for experience, I was the shyest kid growing up. I mean, the fact that I'm even here now doing this, I think says a lot. I think, you grow, you push yourself to do so. But yes, I think anybody can learn to be a salesman. It's going to take, time, effort, studying, practicing, going over,
Right.
objections and saying, okay, if you get this objection,
Yeah.
and being prepared, really being, prepared for those because they're really basically the same objections,
Yeah.
just in different, formats.
I think one of the biggest things is you have to believe in what you're selling.
Yes.
Because we are salesmen also. We
100%, yeah.
go into a house, someone says, "Oh, my toilet valve is going." Okay, your toilet valve is going, but also your tank is loose.
Right.
You have a crack down here.
Yeah.
To be honest, you'd be better suited for this. I believe in what I sell.
Yep.
I believe that we're going to do this job for you. We're going to do a great job. We're going to give you a banging warranty.
Yep.
We have great reviews. I believe in our background. I believe in our history. I mean, my grandfather used to take us out, like your dad used to take us out as soon as the boys hit 10 years old.
Yeah.
They're going to work with grandpa.
Yeah.
So he would take us out for a couple of years. You have to believe in what you're selling.
Yeah.
If you don't believe it, the customer is going to pick that up right away.
Well, I think it also helped that you worked in the different fields of this business. You were an installer.
Yeah.
You said you cleaned. You were in the cleaning crew. It's like if you have to know all of those things, and then you can say, all right, I can sell this now.
Yeah, I think that was definitely, a crucial part of my understanding, because I basically, I started in part-time in the summers in the warehouse. Then I went on to the cleaning truck, and we were cleaning for a few summers. Then I started working, very like part-time admin, just like learning some of the paperwork aspect of it. And then, I became full-time, and I really kind of had my hand in everything, and then, got into the sales part. But yeah, I think I agree with you. My coworker Chris says the same thing. It's like I need to be able to believe in that. He used to work all retail jobs. He worked at Brookstone. That's the place in the mall, right? That sells these kind of funky different things.
Massage chairs.
Yeah, he says, listen, I never believed in that. It's like I was a salesman, but I never believed in their products. Like, why should you buy a $10,000 massage chair? It's like, he says, but now he came here. And he's like, listen, I believe in the product. I believe in the reputation. I believe in the products you're selling. I believe that it's a benefit to the clients that need help.
Yeah.
So I agree 100%. You need to be able to,
customers aren't stupid.
No.
They'll recognize it right away.
Yeah. If you're timid, or you're like, well,
exactly.
I think you kind of maybe need this, or, they're going to be like, well, then I don't need it.
Right. Listen, here's the biggest thing I see, especially since I have young cousins that are going off to college and getting ready for college. All around them, all these kids are going to college, and they feel pressured. So there is no other option from the guidance counselor saying, why don't you work a summer? Why don't you work a year? Go get a job as a landscaper, or go hit up GFried, see if they need help for the summer.
Right.
There's none of that.
Yeah.
So there's like almost bullying into college. And I tell you, like, it's almost a trap nowadays.
Well, people, I think, feel guilty. I mean, I think if they, they feel like they don't have a choice, like you were saying, like they have to. And if they don't go, they feel guilty.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's, I think there's a lot of people out there that, should go to college. And then I think there's people that shouldn't. I was one that, just college wasn't for me.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I tried it.
Yep.
I really tried it. I partied way too much. I went to college in Boston too, which is
big
so
party.
much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I mean, I love that city.
Yeah.
The I'm a big history buff. History is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great experience but to be honest, I should have waited or not gone at all. And I should have dipped my toes in working. I really should have, and try to find out in your opinion, let's say a 16, 17-year-old kid comes to GFried. He's like, I want to learn how to install flooring.
Yeah.
Did you guys take him on?
Absolutely. Yeah. We would definitely throw him on one of my installer's truck as an apprentice, and, see if he likes it. I mean, even if it was sales, even if somebody had said, hey, look, I'm not sure. I just finished high school, but I don't want to go to college.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come on? And let's say you're somebody that's interested, like we were talking about interior design. He said, and I had actually someone from one of the colleges that's close on Midland Ave. Like, hey, look, can we possibly, refer people that are interested or graduate interior design? Maybe they could work apprenticeships here. So listen, if, you're into fashion and interior design, listen, you want to work an apprenticeship? Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We would love to, have people come on and, educate people and help them like career
There's
path.
a lot of kids that say, I want to be an interior designer. I have to go to college right away. You don't.
No, you definitely don't.
You don't at all. Let me ask you this. So being in business for 46 years.
Yeah.
Long time. Phone book days, yellow pages days, where that's where you would buy your ads.
Right.
How have you guys, or are you still working on it? How have you kind of evolved with branding, marketing, social media? What does that look like? What has that looked like the past 10, 15, 20 years? So,
obviously, back in the day, there was the yellow book, yellow pages. Yeah. We used to do that, but that wasn't really a great way of marketing or advertising. So, I think it was important as, we first got a website in 2004, 2005. to now, market that and promote that website. So it was probably about 13 or 14 years ago where I said, okay, look, these Google reviews are going to be super important. This is very vital to a business. So we invested in gathering legitimate reviews from our clients that we had installed. It was a grind. It's a process, just like, search engine optimization, different types of marketing. Right now we're like you guys are, we're trying to really move our Instagram page. You can find us at GFried Flooring on the IG and TikTok.
You got a TikTok too?
We got a TikTok too.
All right.
Yeah. One of my website guys, year ago, 18 months ago, was like, listen, he's like, nobody in the floor, because he's specific to the flooring industry. Like the guy who does my website, it's all flooring. He's like, listen, he's like, nobody else in the flooring business is really pushing themselves on TikTok. He's like, so you guys should really go after that. Yeah. So, it's a grind, social media.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother job.
It is. So we actually we had hired someone. Shout out to Sammy. She's excellent. She's helped us try to grow our social media page. She actually goes on site to jobs, takes video, edits it, uploads it to Instagram, TikTok. So you can't do it by yourself.
No.
You just can't.
I tried it. I mean, I am doing it by myself.
It's a lot of work.
You can, but you want to.
It's a lot of work.
I don't have a wife and kids though.
This episode was shot in 2019.
Yeah. It is a lot of work. It's worth it though. I'll tell you what sells and what makes you go viral is humor.
Yes. I
It
agree.
has to be humorous.
Yeah, I can't, when I first started the Instagram pages, I was, showing a lot of, in-store samples. Like, people don't give a crap about, they don't want to see samples. Like,
It sucks
finished
that's the reality, but
that
it
is,
yeah.
They want to be entertained. What do people
Yeah.
want? Entertainment.
You got to figure out an
Entertain me.
angle.
You have to figure out what people want to see.
Drop a bowling ball on the finished floor.
That's what we
Yeah.
did. So
did?
No, not a bowling ball, but so we just did a stair runner job. And it's a pain in the neck to do, but I went to the job site as we were installing, and stairs take a long time to install.
Yeah.
So Sammy had me, my social media girl, she had me walk down these stairs and in the middle, sit down. Then the job was done. I came back the next day. I came down the same stairs and sat down, but I had to wear the same clothes, the same socks, because it had to match. So what it was a transition.
Okay.
So I walked down the stairs, and when I sat down, it automatically went from no carpet on the stairs to carpet on the stairs.
Oh, that's
Finished.
cool.
Yeah. So, and it's one of our best performing Instagram posts.
I got to look at that.
Yeah, check it out.
I got to check that
Yeah.
out. I'm always looking at, because we film on the job site too.
Yeah.
I try to put together like a boiler job or a
Right.
sewer line job.
Yeah.
Still trying to tackle the humor. But even I find there's really successful plumbing pages, but they're humorous.
Right.
Replumb.
Yeah.
That guy, all he does is he'll show you how to put the hose bib.
Sets up a little
but he does this
tripod.
stupid little voice.
Yeah.
As if he's like an old contractor, like heckling
Right.
him.
Yeah.
And the guy is winning. He's
Yeah.
getting sponsored by Milwaukee.
Wow.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah, that I see other people. There's this great. They're called Realty Brother-in-laws on Instagram. I don't know if you guys like The Office.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Bigger Parks and Rec fan here.
Okay.
But
So they did. It's two. They're brother-in-laws, and they do real estate. They are hilarious. And they don't really talk about like, hey, look, I have a house for sale. It's like they just do stupid stuff, and it is hilariously funny. And they're on talk shows, like they're going to other people's podcasts. It's
I
really
tell you, that's how you have to do it. Nobody cares about my water heater.
no.
And
Nobody
I
cares
hate it.
about flooring.
Yeah, that's the
They
thing.
just don't, but-
if you have the outgoing personality and you can think of some funny stuff, you might be able to. We utilize the dogs a lot.
Yeah, which is good.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what'll be good for your social media page.
What?
The installers. Throw a camera in the truck for your installers and just listen to them.
Just listen to them
Just
banter.
listen to them
Yeah.
bitch and moan about.
We just did this. So there was one of our clients came in, previous client, but she was redoing her house in Ridgewood. And I forget the whole story. Her husband's in film, and anyway, this old house is doing a whole expose on the renovation and stuff like that.
In Ridgewood?
In Ridgewood,
Okay.
yeah. So we went out there and we I had asked her, I said, okay, listen, I'll help you out on this, but can we come out there and shoot some, do some filming while they're filming? So we did. We went out there, and they had their whole TV crew. And it was a good experience. We got a lot of good content, and we were there and we did some funny content for TikTok. So you'll see, I'll have to show you when they post it. Yeah.
I'll join it.
But yeah, it's connecting with other accounts, connecting,
Yes.
That's important. It's, coming on your podcast is, that's.
Dude, like I said,
We're
it's
gonna
a
get
whole...
you like 30 new people.
Hey, listen, I'll take one.
Yeah.
I'll take anything.
You're hitting the bottom of the barrel over here.
We thank you for coming on this show. Okay?
It is a
No, it's been
whole
great.
different world.
Yep.
Like we said before.
Yep.
In the last 20 years, a whole different ball game. When I took over, my uncle, I was like, okay, well, listen, do we have a website? Are we doing anything on social media? He goes, well, I mean, do you want to take it out of Yellow Pages ad? I'm like, who? Do you have the Yellow Pages? No. Well, okay, why have you taken out the Yellow Pages?
Yeah.
So when I came in, I built the website, I built social media, and I did SEO from scratch.
Yeah.
Where I started, this is before you came in, I started a blog, hidden,
Yeah.
and I would post 5, 6, 7 times a day to get our SEO
Yeah.
up. Mm-hmm. And now we have, now I'm doing green screen work with the dog.
That's
and
great.
popping up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's evolving, and I'll send you my YouTube channel because there's like videos from 7, 8 years ago when I first started.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
But I tried.
Hey, listen, that's all you have to do. My our business neighbor, Bambi Baby, who's huge on Instagram, he's big out there. He just opened up another store in Miami. He told me, because I was trying to get into this, and sometimes you just need that push to just go do it. Even if it's not perfect, like you were saying, just go do something.
Yeah.
Start and you get better. He did started during COVID. He's like, I had nothing else to do, so I was just taking videos of me in the store and posting it online. And now fast forward 4.5 years later, he's got I think 300,000 followers.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
There's
gotta check him out, steal
there's a
his ideas.
formula. I think also us just doing this and pushing it and just keep
The
kind of grinding
repetition.
through repetition and not getting like upset that it's not if
it's
it's not
discouraging.
taking
Performing, yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But 300,000
Hard work will
is-
pay off though. Eventually,
Yeah.
hard work, you put a lot of effort into something and you stick with it, it'll definitely pay off.
yeah. Matt, listen, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Anything else you want to say? Throw out to the people?
I think we've covered a lot
So
of
give
it.
out your Instagram again.
Yeah, so my Instagram handle is GFried Flooring. TikTok, same thing, GFried Flooring. Find us there. If you guys need any help, I would love to help you guys out there remotely, whatever you guys need.
Which is a great feature.
Yeah.
What's your website?
So it's gfriedcarpet.net is our website. Telephone's 201-967-1250.
All right, man. Thanks again for coming
Yeah,
on.
of course, man. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Like I said,
been great.
we met at Otto's little get together, and
Yeah.
I knew you were the first one there, so I knew it would eventually happen.
Yeah,
Speaking
Otto's
of
great.
Otto and Jigsaw PMR, want to remind you guys that we are sponsored by Jigsaw PMR out of Oradell, New Jersey. Great company, property maintenance restoration. This guy has all the tricks of the trade. Any problems with water damage, fire damage, they'll fix it right up for you. They're an excellent company, super responsive, excellent staff. 201-425-4855. And you can check them out online at jigsawpmr.com. Matt, thanks again.
Thank you, guys.
Max, thanks again. How do you think it went today?
Great.
I mean, we're getting back into the grind.
Yeah, it's we got to get back into it and
Yeah, well, okay, that was...
I mean, what do you want me to say about that? How do you think?
Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Listen, if you want to be a guest on the show, we're always looking for small business owners, entrepreneurs, anyone in an interesting industry will come on. We'll talk, we'll hang out, we'll just BS. We'll try to find out the ins and outs of your industry. You're going to go to quartzplumbing.com. You're going to click the Plum Bums podcast logo, and you're going to go all the way to the bottom, click apply to be a guest. We'll get you on. We'll have a great conversation. Check us out here next week. We're doing weekly shows. We really appreciate you continuing watching, and we will see you next week.